After deleting a lot of videos, uploading them and then getting rid of them off the camera roll, I can now very happily say, and very proudly say, that I have acquired a resource in order to help me with the personal training business I am currently going out of my way to set up. This is a resource I won't name, but it's definitely going to help me along this journey. I don't feel comfortable with sharing where it is at the moment, so I'm not going to do that. But very basically, this resource is a symbol that I am doing what it takes in order to further set up this business, to then set myself up for a place or an outlet to be able to not only educate myself, but put the education that I would go out my way to go and gain to use practically in the form of coaching people and also coaching myself. I personally believe that money isn't the only way that I'd be getting paid. I'd be getting paid through new experiences, both in and out of the gym where I'd be doing this PT business of mine at. I'd be getting paid in the form of money and also coaching people. That's what I mean by experience. But also in terms of things that I do or that would happen that are related to the business but are neither me having money come in or people paying for my services or me actually coaching people. It could be other things related to it. For example, me acquiring different resources which I could use to help both the business and also the services that I'd be able to provide within the business, but also myself personally, depending on what it is. For example, I might go and buy some equipment, some exercise equipment, and I think it could help the business because I'd be able to take the equipment that I would have gone and acquired, to then go and use it in coaching sessions, but I could also use it to practice myself, to do my own workouts if I really wanted to then be able to help coach people properly. I think as for personal resources I'd use only for myself, I'd buy them separately. Not that I would have to, but just to very clearly separate what I'd use specifically for the business and what I'd use personally, I think I would go out my way to buy different sets of the same things in order to have those resources for both things. For example, I might get different sets of kettlebells that are of the same weights for both the business, which I'd use for clients to exercise with, and then a set of kettlebells for my own self, for me personally to enjoy and use to practice, potentially not only for my own workouts, but also for the PT business as well, improving the quality of services that I provide in that regard. But as for the resource I'm very specifically referring to, it's not to do with the quality, or it's not to do with improving the quality of the services that I provide. It's just one step closer to helping me further set up the business. Hence, although it won't help me improve the quality of the services, I do still deem it significant. It definitely holds, in my mind, a heightened sense of significance subjectively, even though I word it like it's a fact. I don't think I said I think after saying what I just said, so yeah, that's why I said that. Anyway, cheers to progressing, cheers to taking things forward. I like the direction that I'm heading in, and even outside of acquiring this resource, I am going out my way to develop a level of focus that I really like with what I go out my way to go and do on a daily basis. And on top of that, my perception of how I go about my day or how I just go about life is started to become more easygoing from my perspective. And that means I don't feel as stressed partially because I go out my way to create buffers, a long period in which I wouldn't be going out my way to do said tasks that I had planned to do during the day, to just allow myself to recover for a over an hour or so. And I find that that's worked, and I find that I've gone out my way to put 3 hours or more into at once into said thing that I'd want to do. It was a way that I was able to achieve such a level of focus that I really value and appreciate. So I'm just going to keep on doing that, using that to then really love how my way of life is going and the direction that it's heading in. Cheers to that. Cheers to that, and cheers to the resource that I just went and looked at. Cheers to making this happen. Cheers to riches. Cheers to not only monetary riches in the form of a lot of purchasing power through managing my finances, but also in terms of education